Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast are a trio of YouTubers, wrestlers, boxers, and pervasive corporate bags of douche who just last month launched a new product called Lunchly, a truly synergistic collaboration that takes Logan Paul and KSI's prime hydration beverage, Mr. Beast's Feastable candy bars, and bundles them together with sort of nachos, somewhat pizza, and sad-looking turkey layers, all of which have a similar nutritional value to the cardboard box that it's packaged in. If this sounds like a familiar concept to you, it's because these Lunchmate lads are marketing Lunchly as what they call a better-for-you version of Lunchables, the popular kid-targeted meal kit that Oscar Mayer invented in 1988 as an innovative way to trick children into forgetting that bologna is disgusting. Just stack it on a cracker next to a fun-sized candy bar and shut the f up, children. You can eat healthy, non-garbage food when you're an adult, if you're wealthy. Since this launch, there have of course been countless pediatricians and nutritionists pointing out how Lunchly, like most products targeted towards preteen boys, are actually gross and weird, thus sparking waves of online controversy and backlash, the likes of which Oscar Mayer somehow has always been able to avoid, despite their proud use of a company car that's shaped like a giant penis. Get your huge commercial wiener off my taxpayer-funded freeways. The only giant we need to see on the road are those people who are driving the SpaceX Cybertruck. But true to form, KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast have stirred up conversations about their product by being as annoying as it is to have to say all three of their names in a row. From tasteless hospital room tie-ins, to Twitter beefs with the community notes, to the latest blunder, straight up tainted cheese caused by terrible packaging. Today, we're taking a look at all of the potential nails that will seal shut the lunchbox-shaped coffin that this trio of businessmen who are perpetually shouting about pizza toppings dreamed up with the communal cluster of brain cells that they use to create ideas designed to make them rich at the expense of your children. So get ready for a loaded lunchtime and a better for you breakdown, now with 50% less asbestos, but there's still like a lot of asbestos in it. In today's pasteurized cheese product installment of Clip Breakdown. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another installment of Clip Breakdown. This is the playlist where we dive into your favorite movies, TV movies, and other such content here on the web, and we decide if it's a healthy, well-balanced meal with whole foods and no forever chemicals, or if it's just something that Logan Paul has shoveled out of a factory somewhere in order to make your child spend $5 more than you need to at Walmart. I'll give you a hint what today's whole thing is, and before you ask, yes, I am wearing the glitter freckles that Taylor Swift made famous by wearing them to a football. They kind of make me look like I have a skin issue, I think, but maybe it'll shake out in the camera lens. We're gonna find out. But first, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That way I know you want to see even more Logan Paul Lunchly breakdowns and updates like this. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right over here. That way you never miss new videos from me. Also, I've got a Patreon and merch. It's not too late to buy your Halloween sleighs for the girls, gays, and theys merchandise, as well as the Bad Witches Only products. Most of these products are shipping within 3 days, so you still have a chance of getting it for All Hallows Eve, or just wear it all the time. That's what I do. Now, before we go any further, we should probably discuss what Lunchly actually is. And luckily, KSI, I don't know what the letters stand for, Logan Paul, I don't know what his personality stands for, money, and Mr. Beast, I know his real name is Donald, he sucks too. They are making a very helpful explainer video here for vertical video viewers to let us know what's the big hype about their Lunchly.
Turkey stack 'em, 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients.
I absolutely cannot. Maybe I have cheese blindness, but if I were a child in the school lunchroom, both of those just look like they would have me shitting my pants by silent reading time. I always thought lunch was like the second meal of the day, but both Lunchly and Lunchables have taught me that lunch is just a period of time designated for layering different combinations of meats, cheeses, and crunchy carbohydrate wafers. As long as they were manufactured for 3 pennies and then marked up 150% and sold to children to help them with their obesity goals. Now that's the true meaning of lunch, crunch, crunch.
That's the true meaning of lunch, crunch, crunch said. That's the true meaning of lunch.
I get that Logan, KSI, and Mr. Beast, I hate their names, it takes so long to say. I get that they're trying to position these meals as better for you, but I really am starting to feel like maybe the visual comparisons are not the strongest way to go.
This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. This is, look, it's watery. I can't even look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is.
Oh,
drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bro.
Wait, so it's bad when the salsa is watery, but good when the cheese is? I need someone to explain this food quality to viscosity correlation. Oh, it just seems like this is somebody who is desperate to maintain their monopoly on being cringy on the internet. Go straight to jail. Do not pass go or whatever. The monopoly thing. Anyway, speaking of monopolies, they're illegal. We know that, right? In the like governmental, environmental, what is the word? Economy. It's illegal to be a monopoly, to be the only business providing a good or a service in the whole marketplace. And in August, we actually had a pretty big win against Google because a federal judge ruled that this search engine company had illegally monopolized online search and advertising markets over the last decade by having an agreement with Apple to make Google the default search engine on your phone. $26 billion for 2021 alone. That's how much money went mostly to Apple because they were in this deal with Google. So like when there's no competition for that default browser spot on Safari, then there's no reason for Google to improve their product and make an even better browser that's like more intuitive. That's all, like competition is what creates innovation. We need more federal intervention when it comes to breaking up monopolies. Obviously, us as consumers alone, we can't do much. They don't let us. But also, why would a company want to voluntarily give up its, majority hold over the market? You've got to have the government intervene. Everywhere that we shop that's huge, Amazon, Facebook, there's a monopoly in there somewhere, I promise, with the way people are so secretive about their algorithms and the way that it gets ads in front of our faces. But I digress. Like I really do. Why did I start talking about that? A lot of those ingredients look exactly the same or just like more pale. There's actually not a whole lot of substance and I'm left still hungry. And I mean that figuratively because in the literal sense, I am very much taken care of thanks to the meals from the sponsor of today's video, Factor. Factor delivers me fresh, never frozen meals that are dietitian approved and just left on my doorstep for me to heat and enjoy. And it's amazing because I do not cook. I don't know if you know this about me, but it's like very hard to get me to cook. But now I have a team of Factor's gourmet chefs creating meals for me all day with ingredients that have integrity. So I feel fueled and focused. Feeling focused. Okay, when you're a non-cooking person, variety becomes even spicier, the spice of life, because I will eat a literal cup of noodles. Like it's very sad. A lot of carbohydrates, super salty. My blood pressure, we're working on it. Especially now that I'm making a swing towards healthy habits and variety, because Factor keeps it very interesting with 35 meals each week, including Gourmet Plus, Keto, Calorie Smart, Vegan, and Veggie. So you'll always find something that suits your palate and makes you excited to eat healthy. Like when I had this artichoke cream shredded chicken cavatappi. It was a pasta dish that I'm still thinking about to this day. You work really hard, as we all do, and I think that it's important to treat ourselves right. And at the end of the day, do you really want to start cooking and scrubbing pans and sprinkling salt and doing all this extra stuff that makes you look like what? You're a main character on a sitcom? That's boring. Steal back all of that time in your day, enjoying the fresh, never frozen meals of Factor. There's no prep and no mess. And we're talking premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, blackened salmon, all delivered right to your door in this insulated box. Plus you can get other things like smoothies and midnight snacks. You're gonna love it. It transformed my whole week for the best. I don't have as many grocery trips. I can really be flexible with it by pausing or changing the amount of meals that I get each week. My fridge is always well stocked and that's very important to me because I love to eat. So if you're ready to love what's in your fridge, head on over to factor75.com or click the link below or scan the QR code to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code DiRamio50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. Thank you, Factor, for keeping me full, focused, and feeling healthy and zesty with life. You're the best. Mwah. But while this promotional video reveals some questionable food quality, other videos online have revealed some questionable food safety. As much fun as it is to quote Logan by saying, "I like my cheese drippy, bruh," I now have to ask the Lunch Bro crew, do you also like your cheese moldy, bruh?
There is a ton of mold in there. That is a ton of mold. This is really dangerous. I saw a picture circulating about mold, but I didn't know if it was fake or, you know, I just had heard about it, but this is real, you guys. And there's mold.
Why is there mold in the Lunchly?
Oh my God, it's actually disgusting.
I don't know if this is an issue in their recipe development or packaging. I think it's a packaging issue. The sealant here feels really cheap, like whatever is holding this on the top. It is not vacuum tight.
Okay, fine. So the perishable mozzarella cheese was stored in a loosely sealed gift card envelope before being put onto hot trucks and shipped to humid warehouses. To be fair, most of the food scientists told Team Lunchly that the cheese's mere proximity to a prime energy drink and Mr. Beast's slave labor chocolate would create an environment too toxic for mold to flourish. It's not their fault that mold is becoming like smarter or stronger or resistant to dark matter or whatever. I don't know what the mold is doing. Just eat the mold, children. Who cares if it has psychedelic properties? You can journal about it with your Crayola. Draw a picture with your Crayola with the mold. The Lunchly dude said, "If you want vacuum sealed food, I got a food saver from an early 2000s infomercial I can sell ya. It's broken and I stole it from my uncle after he died."
Limp vegetables, ruined fruit, freezer burned, and moldy cheese. They're all now a thing of the past. Introducing the Food Saver Compact 2.
Now that's some fresh cheese that won't give my child botulism, probably. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, while Lunchly has like fewer calories and less sugar, it still remains true that one serving is a child's full daily recommended intake of sodium. They brag about how there are electrolytes, but that's just like potassium, and kids who are not running marathons don't need that much electrolyte. Oh, and also there's enough saturated fat to turn all of America's children's little livers into a pepperoni stick that you can put in an Oscar Mayer packaging. We're gonna have little mozzarella balls rolling around if they eat this. Your blood's gonna curdle like mozzarella cheese if you eat this. Moldy mozzarella. You want that, kids? But besides for that nutritional issue, the next big controversy to surround the Lunchly team was when Logan Paul made the distasteful choice to use his wife going into labor as a chance to market the product. Let's take a look at his Snapchat story. It begins with him posting this picture. It says, "Headed to the hospital room." Actually, no, that's me in a post I made when I hung out with that guy whose kink was watching me swallow an entire watermelon. And he didn't actually take me to the hospital so much as roll me downhill towards the emergency room, but he still got me where I needed to go. I knocked down 10 doctors and nurses on the way, and in the distance I heard him yell, "That's right." Such a funny guy. I miss him. Next in the Snapchat story is a post where Logan is bragging about turning the hospital room into a vibe. And you know what? That's not a bad idea, because usually the standard vibe for a hospital room is the last person to stay here died in this bed. But now their baby gets a custom A-list experience that fits in perfectly with Logan Paul's brand. Because whenever I look at him, I think his kids were probably conceived in a college dorm and will most likely also be born in a college dorm. And that's very poetic. A toast to Logan Paul's new baby. May they live a long, healthy life before ultimately dying in a college dorm. Just based on the pattern that's being set up, I'm sorry to tell you. I didn't invent the rule of threes. Logan is out here bragging about his tacky hospital gift shop decorations and literally posting pics on Snapchat while his wife is in the corner measuring how dilated she is. Like, can we pull it together and focus on what's happening? But no, we have more things to look at, more garbage. Ooh, Himalayan salt lamp. Fun fact, that lamp actually has roughly the same amount of sodium as one serving of Logan Paul's new highly processed kids meals. They're perfect for hardworking kids on the go. Specifically, their hearts are working too hard to pump blood throughout their body, and they're on the go to the pediatrician to get more blood pressure medication. Despite being associated with improved mood and sleep and air quality, scientists have said that Himalayan salt lamps are not actually known to provide any tangible health benefits. They do, however, serve a very important aesthetic purpose. As we see here, these lamps can help make it appear as though father-to-be Logan Paul has any self-awareness, a love for children, or a sense of normal human empathy, when he's in fact only serving his own self-interests and seeking to further enrich himself, using the thousands of tweens who look up to him without realizing the damage he's causing in their brains, bodies, and circulatory systems. It took him seeing his own wife get pregnant and carrying a baby to realize that pregnancy is hard, even though that's easy to imagine for anybody who's ever put themselves in anybody else's shoes. Like, you have a mom. This is weird. This is a weird thing he says on his podcast.
Because I see Nina breaking her back for 10 months, making sure this baby is the healthiest child it could possibly be. Like, bro, I'm traveling the world, I'm drinking, I'm partying, I'm not, you know, I'm living my life. My life hasn't been altered.
But your life could have been altered, right? Like maybe you stay home with your pregnant wife instead of drinking with college kids and handing out ice cold cans of poison to them. But hey, whatever. Let's just see what other decorations he's got going on. Next, he shows us his Polaroid photos on a string light. Cool. For this DIY decorating hack, you will need string lights, clothespins, and to neglect your wife while she's in labor. So you can execute this half-assed, last-minute concept for a Snapchat story that promotes your moldy garbage food to millions of kids. This poor woman, I would be like, anyway, thanks for transforming the hospital room that I'll be in for the next 8 hours so that it looks like a 20-year-old's ideal TikTok backdrop, but did you manage to pack any clean underwear for me? Maybe a wedge pillow? No? Just more cans of caffeine that I can't drink. Oh, sorry, you want me to shut up so you can film your little commercial? Sorry, honey. It's gonna be so fun raising a human being while you watch. Now for the grand finale, let's check out the Lunchly situation. Like, yeah, this hospital has life support, but do they have hunger support? Can they feed my appetite for life? Let's find out.
And of course, we have our snacks and our energy drink, none other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course, we have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Love.
All the essentials for childbirth. Energy drinks and ultra-processed meat. We're lucky this baby didn't enter the world at the speed of sound, already knowing how to play Xbox with its 13 fingers. And the world's best meals? I know that's just a matter of opinion, but it seems like even a passably good meal would have at least one recognizable piece of fruit or unsauced vegetable. Like, how are you gonna call it the world's best meal when you legally couldn't even serve it to a death row inmate? I pose the question for the audience. What do you all think of Lunchables, Lunchly, and Logan Paul's marketing attempts, as well as KSI and Mr. Beast? I don't like any of these three. They give me bad vibes and not good hospital room vibes either. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today for this quick breakdown. Make sure you let me know your thoughts and opinions below, but most importantly, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more like this, and please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel if you want to see even more content like this from me. Turn on notifications and you'll always be the first to know when I'm serving up a moldy sack of for you to eat along with your children. Also, I've got merch and a Patreon where you can get exclusive benefit like virtual watch parties. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you so much for lunching on a munchy bunch of layers of stacks of cheese with me's today. You're the bee's knees. You guys are all the greatest. I will see you next time.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.